Good afternoon, everyone. We're just gonna wait for a few more minutes and see anyone's gonna join us. I think Malcolm's will be joining us anyway.
Hi Jack, you alright?
How you doing, man?
Oh, good man.
Good. It's a nice sunny day.
Yes, look like.
Yesterday was a bit bad, but we shall see. Okay, so I don't know what time Malcolm is, but wait a few more minutes. Interesting market, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting, to kind of obviously start off with S&P 500, and we are in a very, very well. I don't need this long trend line actually. Just take this off first.
I might leave you because I'm going to join the seminar.
What time is your seminar?
I think so now it's gonna open.
Okay, no worries. Let's go. I'm gonna start off anyway. So
I'll talk later, man.
yep.
Bye.
Okay, thanks everyone for joining us for the live trading. As usual, we just wanted to say to you that this is just our personal opinion for educational purpose only. So I'm going to start off with S&P 500 weekly first. It's definitely looking bearish. We are not quite in the bear market just yet. The peak is 4,800 something, 800. So we'll need a little bit more, but won't be long. I believe it's 18, 19% now. So 20% is the bear market. So this is the 4,000 is a big psychological number, which is, you can see our trend line there, but it looks like it might be breaking. If it is, there is a lot of room to the downside. There's not much support. We may run into some support around here, but maybe as low as 3,000, definitely sub 3,000 area anyway. So this is quite dramatic actually on that. It's quite concerning, but we just have to sort of react to what we can see. This is once this, if we're clear of this 4,000, well, obviously today is 3,900. If continue to break lower, I can't see much support. There's a big sort of room to the downside, could be potentially to even 3,000 area. Let me just clear all of this first. You can see that's not much support until maybe 3,200. Obviously, the next psychological area and big cluster of support is around 3,000, which is quite major if you think about that. From 4,800 to 3,000, that is quite a massive correction, or quite a big bear market. Is even more stronger than the pandemic. Okay, but I see it as more like a delay effect. We had the pandemic and then we just recovered in no time, but obviously the real economy, the world has not recovered, and then we're printed out so much more money, and now we have the war issue and inflation. So spare me 1 second. Sorry about that. I have to open the door for a delivery. So yeah, that's quite bearish actually on S&P 500. Nasdaq as well is already breaking below 13,000. I mean, it's the most bearish. It's already in a bear market because it's over 20%. Where's the next one? It's quite scary, really. Could be 10,000. And that's the pandemic level, 7,000. So we shall see, closer after the summertime, we will see anyway. So Dow Jones Industrial, again, I said the 32,000 is very important, but they're all drifting lower. The next sort of big level is obviously 30,000. Could it drop lower? I don't know. We need to really monitor that until close of the time. Another one that I want to show is the small cap stock is really taking a tank. So 1,740 area was the peak. If this area doesn't hold, could be 14, could be as low as back to the pre-pandemic level around this 1,000 level, but we shall see. Hopefully not that bearish, but you know, I'm not doing so badly. I'm just feeling sorry for some of the people that are holding actually the stocks, because it's very painful. I'm just trying to imagine that. Obviously, I'm not in their shoes, but it's just not nice to hearing people are suffering like that. But you know, we are traders, obviously. We have risk management in place. I'm quite fortunate that I liquidated most of my stock portfolio and crypto portfolio last year. So, you know, whatever I have is the market's money. I'm now in a good position to look for re-entry. Okay. So one of the trade that I am looking to trade is the DAX. The reason being is you can see already is in cycle. Let me just get pen, right? So daily downtrend, so nice cycle yesterday, high test bar. So back to the 20 EMA. So a bit like this, it could, you know, we could see something like that. So from here to go down a bit lower. So we shall see, but definitely is bearish sentiment in the market. You know, most people know me. I like to use smaller time frame for agreement as well. So daily or a downtrend. We have this head and shoulder on 1 hour formed up already. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and here. So just a breakout trade for me, and then see how it goes. But we might wait until the open, but soon now in 20 minutes anyway. So it's multiple soft support here. It breaks below, then should create a bit of momentum on that. So that's on my list on that. But you can look across the whole indice market, like the global indice market. Japan, again, I said multiple times, 27 was quite significant. We're drifting lower. Hang Seng, I said I wanted to short, but it hasn't given me opportunity to short because no pullback. This pullback is less than DAX, so I want to sell the DAX. You can see the CAC, the French index, is quite similar. I will already drift a bit lower, but again, if it pull up a bit higher, then yeah, maybe. But the DAX just makes my rules a bit stronger. So moving on to the currency, I said, you know, the 104 on dollar index is a very significant level. You can see multiple times tried to break this time. Yeah, looks like it might be breaking. So what extraordinary run that dollar has. I think it's close to 15% increase on dollar since here. And that's major. We're talking about a currency, not a stock, 14% increase. So I guess don't fight the Fed. The Fed is really doing their magic. So above 104, you know, it's not ideal for a daily pullback because, you know, I was hoping a daily pullback a few days ago and then come back to this blue box, maybe at least a shallow 103, 102 will be nice, but it might be breaking. You know, could it come back lower? We shall see anyway. Aussie is on my list to short because is now, let me just clear the pivot, is now below the 70. The previous major support is below now. Yesterday, arguable. I've gone long on indices, but I cut off immediately when we had the inflation news, the CPI's data. That's what happened. Initial drop, come back up and no follow through. It's just a bit of ping pong and then form up a head and shoulder and then now drifting lower. If I see price open, come back for a little retest in here, get accept price for you guys around the 69.26 area, then I will look to be a seller of Aussie. Just momentum trading rather than daily following, so more intraday. So this is what the market is giving us at the minute. If you're not comfortable trading this, stay away. Just stay away. You know, if you want to wait for a pullback, then wait for a pullback. But you got to be very patient. You know, now the level is, what I see is big levels breaking through on Aussie, and you can see 104 on dollar breaking now, euro dollars breaking level, and then pound is fighting a bit, but it's a bit odd anyway, pound. So, you know, it's been like this. Kiwi's been weak, keep breaking level. You can see 1 hour still on a downtrend, daily on a downtrend. So more momentum trading rather than daily trend trading. Dollar CAD, I said I like to see it drop below the 129.50 yesterday, try and then just straight come back up 130. So daily price remain bullish for dollar, unless is below this low test by 129.16, then it may look too short. But currently, we're just in dollar strength in a minute. Dollar Swiss, I'm not touching anyways. Long gone and never like the price action. Dollar yen is an very interesting sort of pattern now. We obviously seen this really long bullish run through here. Multiple months since March until A, but clearly we can see here it's slowing down the momentum now. All right, form up a double top. So here, double top. Now, first level is kind of breaking now. So with yen, you can see from previous one, you don't get you don't get strong sort of pullback on daily. How do you trade that? 4 hours, just drop down to 4 hours. Okay, that's a clean level through here. So yes, I did want it to be aggressive and trade around the 130 area, but it just hasn't presented any clean entry for me. So I just have to let it go. You know, this is how it is with trading, even though I see there's a potential going lower, but, you know, that has to meet my condition to get into a trade. Otherwise, you know, with this, it's such a mess when you go down to even hourly. Yesterday, big swing up and the blue dripped it lower. Arguable maybe if I'm up maybe at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, but I don't trade this sort of city time anyway. I need to sleep. So it is what it is. So now, what we need to wait for is a 4 hour pullback. So let it drop a bit lower. Convince me you are really now, you have 2 cycles now. One. Now, as soon as the pullback around this area, 129 area, you have a 4 hour downtrend. You know, there's not much until here, 1, 2, 3. If I can draw a trend line, it's clear about that. Just go back up to a daily. You can see there's not much traffic, at least until 1, 2, 4 area anyway. So got decent reward to risk through here. So I'll be keeping an eye on yen, dollar yen particularly, because the rest of the cross pair on yen, I did see it, but like pound yen is at a level 200 EMA, and Aussie yen is breaking. Aussie yen should be on the list. Look for a shallow pullback on maybe around this area, 89.90 area, 4 hour to sell it. So Aussie yen's on the list. Looks quite good. Kiwi yen should be on the list. Yep. So again, you know, once it tanks, it's just starting to tank. So let's look for a 4 hour level. Something around this here. 81.70, 81.80 area, pull back, and then go short. You know, you don't really need to sit around and babysit the trade and set an alert. Very simple, sell price because you want to sell it. 81.60, something like that. Bang, close to the area. When price pull back to there, then you can go back to the chart and see drop down to a smaller time frame to look for your elegant entry. So Aussie yen, Kiwi yen, cat yen. Yeah, a little bit more work to do first, I think. A little bit lower first, maybe. Let me see. Could be arguable aggressive entry. Yeah, it's fine. It's not too bad actually. 99.50. So again, set an alert. Cat yen is on the list as well. So selling yen, buying yen. Sorry. 50. So this is on the list. Aussie is on the list. I'll set all of that later on. I'll share it on the group to you guys. So 59.46. One things I know a lot of you don't really look at, but it might be good to keep an eye on it, is the yield curve. You see hear a lot of people say the yield curve. 3.2 was the rejection on the long-term trend line on my other chart. Now price is starting to retrace. So I like to see it continue to break lower. Otherwise, it's okay for retesting, continue to go lower. Yield curve is kind of the opposite of yen. This is what drive the weakness on yen pair. So that's why I'm seeing a reversal on yield curve. So more comfortable to buy the Japanese yen. Okay. Commodity. So let's go to gold first. Gold reached to a level now to 1850. Is it going to break? Is it going to go bounce up? I mean, I've done with silver, so I'm going to leave it alone for a few days at least. We may see a bounce. If I see a bounce, great. I can continue to sell it. If I don't, I have to leave it. Some interesting move on oil. I mean, we can see we are still on a daily uptrend. So we had a correction, now higher highs, higher lows, so very weak. So it might be quite contained on that. Actually, it might sort of contain in this sort of level here. So you might find yourself in a range trading conditions or take something on that. But I think we missed the best entry. Arguable, very aggressive in the down at the bottom here, but obviously very aggressive. Second entry would be the blue box there. I missed it anyway, that's fine. But if we see oil go up, that may be another indication of indice weakness. We've been seeing this inverse correlation for the last few months anyway. Okay, so I might use that, and then if I'm I'm planning to sell the DAX anyway. So that's the one trade that I have on my list at the minute, and then the yen pair coming next. Finally is crypto. Have you guys been following much of the crypto space? There's stable coins, Luna, that gone absolutely hammered the last 2 days. I think something to do with their reserve, and stable coins is not actually that stable in cryptocurrency. I don't think there is any sort of a super safe asset like currency anyway. They're not a government-backed currency, so you are going to see some really violent volatility in there. Okay, so Bitcoin, I missed a couple of opportunities. I've been saying that I'm bearish, but the only aggressive entry was here and there. So the two entry I missed, I was hoping pull back when it reached to 33, so go back to about 37 and sell, but it is what it is. It's tanking at the moment. All right, so I mean, maybe if I can see a pullback, then yeah, around 34, then I'll look to sell it. But if you aggressively draw down to around 20K, I might turn into a buyer investing on some of the Bitcoin. Okay, it could be for very short term. So it could be just short term buy at 20 and sell it at 50. So still making 50% return on Bitcoin. And Ethereum, you probably make more in smaller coins, but in this current market, is very aggressive. I don't want to touch any smaller coins. So Ethereum and Bitcoin could be. So 20,000 on Bitcoin, I could be a buyer just for short term, because if indices continue to drift lower, I see Bitcoin dropping even lower. So I don't know how low. I mean, that's not a lot of major sort of support, and 20 is definitely that level. Apart from that, you'll be looking at 13, which is it's not it's quite possible. If it's 20 doesn't hold, it's quite possible that it roll down to this sort of level. But I'm happy to buy. If it's 13, I'd probably be a long-term holder by then. But 20 could potentially be the first bounce, like what we saw in January, a little bounce from 33K to about 47. So 20 to about 30, 29. Come on, don't wait for the last drop to get out your profit. So could be a short-term investment opportunity on Bitcoin. And Ethereum, you can see, yeah, it's drifting lower. Like, I was expecting a little bounce around 2,000 something, and then it didn't. So and expects another bounce to 2,600 to sell, but nope, nothing. So if you're going to go straight down to 13, 1,200, 1,100, whatever that Bitcoin finds support, then I will buy some around the 1,000. Would definitely look to sell some around this current level under 2,000 like this. Then it's not bad, 60, 70% return on Ethereum, and then just wait for the next, is it going to find support again on 1,000? If it is, then I might use some of the profit to buy some in here. And then if it drop lower, then I will use mine to dollar cost average on that. So longer term picture, I still want to be a crypto buyer. I think there is a lot of exciting news longer term in there. And I like the way that is the big swing. It's just what it is, but you have to really have a risk management plan in place on crypto. Even stock. If you look at some of the stock that we have, just the most famous one. Let me pick one up on to show you guys the ETF. So the ALK ETF, the Cathie Wood famous electronic traded fund. If you look at that, my goodness, the peak was $160. Today's price pre-open is $36. It's gone back to almost pre-pandemic level. So all your hard work from, I would say, from here to, let me get rid of this, 2018 to 2022, 4 years of work wiped out. Okay, in a very simple term, in technical terms, right? I did invest. If someone that have been following my channel since last year, I did invest on some of the stocks like Coinbase or Teladoc, those kind of stock within in here. But you can see this was the support level. As soon as it break here, I sold off all of them that related to the ETF. I sold off, some in a loss, some in profit, some break even. So more or less I was break even. I didn't lose any money last year on the stock that I invested. So I think risk management is very important, not just on cryptocurrency, not just on trading, investing as well. There's something that I learned, and I'm doing more, is the fundamental analysis, and also learning from the best investor. Warren Buffett said this: sometime he will sell when he see a better opportunity, investment opportunity. He will look to sell some of the current position to rebalance. Another one that he likes to sell is this: when he's too happy. Okay, when you make multiple hundreds of % return, you should consider to lock some of your profit and diversify into something else, may not be related to the financial market. You know, maybe you want to keep some in cash. Maybe, you know, further down the line in my career, I might look to buy some bonds, but not starting yet. But even in watches or even in houses, you should, you know, take some of the profit and rebalance your portfolio a little bit. Okay, so I mean, I'm quite excited on the whole of the market, and I'm just gonna quickly wrap up that I think it's very bearish in the market. I currently wanted to short the German DAX and look to be a yen buyer for the next couple of days to a week or so anyway. Longer term picture, maybe I will do a short term buy on Bitcoin, and then Ethereum as well, but that's only a short-term investment strategy, because if indices can't find support dropping lower, I see it dropping lower. So keep an eye on that, but I will keep you guys posted. If you're on my Discord group, simple, ask me a question. When I see trading opportunity, then I'll let you guys know. Next week, I will do a longer video just for our members. I might share on YouTube, depending on my plans on cryptocurrency, okay? If you guys have any question, then drop me a message. Otherwise, happy trading and see you all.